time. It's everything outside of that will help them make money. All right, let me know when you're ready. Countdown.
It is. It's already on now. I'm trying to get the Instagram live. There we go. Live on Instagram and live on YouTube at the same time. But you were saying that about you were saying that people.
Mm-mm. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm live
You are.
on my Instagram because I don't see it
Okay, 1 second.
because it will pop up on my phone. Yeah, Adam, hit the go live button.
It's live, man.
Yo.
It's live.
Y'all jump in here right now, man. Listen, we got a special late night special in full effect. Guys, I told y'all, if you watch my stories, I told you I was going to be doing a podcast today, right? And my boy Adam's like, man, let's just go live. I said, okay, let's do that then. Let's go live then. So if you watching, jump in here right now, man. Goddamn. Jump your ass in here right now. I know you ain't sleep. Who goes to sleep at 10:20 at night? Well, I don't. What's good, Charlie? Hope you're doing well, bro. Start posting, man. Listen, we need a topic. For everybody that's in here right now, we need a topic. We was like, okay, what's the topic going to be for the live? I was like, how about we just ask the people that's watching and they give us a topic and then we can start talking about whatever they post in the comments. So, yo, if you in here right now, first and foremost, welcome to the late night special because it's a special event, me going live because I don't never go live. And then it's late night for most people. I go to bed early. 1 and 2 o'clock is early to me. So what's good, everybody? Welcome to the late night special. We may do this often depending on how tonight goes. But anyway, I'm in the studio with my good longtime friend Adam. Yo, man, ask some questions in the comments. We need some topics to talk about tonight. Women and status. Somebody says women and status. Somebody says how to take action. Okay.
I like that.
So we got some topics here. Women and status. How to take action. What else? What else we got? We need some topics, y'all. We need some topics. What are some of the biggest tendencies you've dropped that have you moving through life more efficiently?
Good question.
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
How real should we be tonight, Adam? Should we just really give it to them? Like real? Because sometimes when you get too real, man, people can't handle it. Sometimes, you know what's funny, y'all? I'm going to say something real quick. Sometimes I be having reels to post that's too real. The real be too real to post. I was like, oh shit, this gonna offend a whole bunch of goddamn people. And a lot of times, anytime I post those reels, they do really well in the algorithm. They get a lot of views, a lot of comments. But man, most people can't handle the truth, man. Most people can't handle the truth. The importance of masculinity. That's good. What else we got? Women's status, how to take action, the importance of masculinity, keep it real. Dave Chappelle, keeping it real. Sometimes keeping it real goes wrong based on the Chappelle show. So we can go ahead and start jumping into this right now. So basically, if you're just jumping in right now, this is a special event, late night special. I'm doing a live. I'm in the studio with my boy Adam. And we just cooking up, man. We just cooking up. He said, man, let's just go live. I said, okay, let's do it. Let's talk to the people because I know everybody ain't sleep. And a lot of times people are scrolling Instagram around this time. And I said, okay, what are we going to talk about? He was like, well, let's ask the viewers. So great. If you just jumped in, you can put in some topics right now you want us to talk about. We're going to talk about it. We're just going to flow. So, or we can just talk about all of them. Women in status, how to take action, the importance of masculinity. Okay, so Wolf Shoes asked a great question. What are some of the biggest tendencies you've dropped that have you moving through life more efficiently? Tendencies. You got to really explain that question. So are you talking about habits, like things I was doing? etc. I'm assuming that's what you mean. And I'll talk about some stuff I've dropped, and Adam, you can talk about some stuff you dropped.
Cool.
So, me, Alex Inman, what's some stuff that I've dropped in my life? I dropped drinking about a year ago. Like I don't drink. Like I don't even have the desire. I don't think about it. Like I don't consume nothing. I've never been a smoker. I've never done that. I can count on one hand, y'all, the amount of times I've smoked weed, and all of them, I regret doing all of them. It was stupid. So, I'm not really a big alcohol drinker.
Tendencies to overshare.
I stopped setting huge and big goals, like these huge outlandish goals. I've always been setting these huge outlandish goals. I used to do that a lot. Now I just focus on daily activities. Like for instance, most people you're gonna have a goal for 2025. Ain't shit gonna change if you ain't doing daily work. So you're better off setting a daily goal than versus a yearly goal. It's because what you do every day is going to equate what's going to happen by the end of the year. What's some other stuff I've dropped? I've dropped the need to womanize. And this is what I mean by this. I'm a guy who's kind of always gotten women. And then when I got my money and status up, it increased even more. And in my early days of getting money, I was abusing that power. Because here's the reality. If you're a handsome guy with money, but here's the cheat code, you're charismatic. Most guys aren't charismatic. There's a lot of guys who may be handsome, maybe be in shape, may have money, but they don't understand the dynamics of true conversation on what attracts a woman. I do. Because I studied it. I'm going to tell everybody a secret. I'm going to share a lot of secrets tonight because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about this is why I'm good at Instagrams, because I don't care about being judged. Like I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, it's funny. I was arguing in my DMs. Bro, I had a DM fucking argument yesterday. A random dude. Y'all remember on my story where I posted the dude that was talking shit in my DMs, right? For 15 minutes straight, me and this dude was just going back and forth in the DMs. I'm like, fuck you. He's like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh, my God.
Nigga, fuck you. The whole time. But we were just arguing back and forth the whole time in DMs. I'm like, bro, just pull up. He was like, you pull up. You pull up. You pull up. And sometimes when guys have things going on, they have egos and this and that. So anyway, we're just talking shit back and forth in the DMs. And he started Googling me, right? He started Googling me, pulling up old stuff. He was like, hey, this company that you had, it's not in business anymore.
He was sending that to you?
Yeah, sending it to me in DM. I'm like, bro, where's your brain, bro? People close businesses and open new ones.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, bro, why are you bringing up businesses from 6, 7, 8 years ago? What do you think? Is this like we're going back and forth? We're trying to see who's better, and you're losing right now. But anyway, back to my point. Most guys really, truly, truly don't understand the dynamics of being charismatic, especially if you don't have a lot of money. See, sometimes if you're a guy that has a lot of money, it can overshadow you. It can overshadow the inadequacies, I can't even say the word. The deficiencies that you have in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a guy right now who doesn't have a lot of money, you're going to have to be charismatic, bro. Oh, you ain't getting a lot of women like that. Because I'm going to be honest with you here. 80% of women want 20% of the men. And when I mean 20% of the men who at least are relatively attractive, have some clout, who are relatively attractive and have some clout, and have some type of charisma about themselves. If that's not you, you're getting the bottom barrel of women right now. You're not getting the pretty chicks, bro. Bro, guy, this is coming from a guy with experience. And a guy who looks and see how the dating world is here. And guys, if you just jumped in, what am I talking about right now? I'm talking about things that I dropped and let go. The first thing I said I dropped was drinking. The second thing I said I dropped was
Womanizing.
Womanizing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is abusing my power because I know most guys aren't like me. And what do I mean? Most guys aren't in shape. Most guys aren't in shape. We're just gonna be honest. We're just gonna talk about the 5 things on what makes a guy attractive to women. The 5 things that makes a guy attractive to women is cash. If you can make some money, if you can be a guy that makes some money, that's attractive to women. Cut. If you can get in shape, that's attractive to women. Clout. If you have some type of social proof, that's attractive to women. Charisma. If you actually are good at talking.
How'd that even happen?
If you're actually good at talking, that's attractive to women. That's what makes Andrew Tate so popular. He can talk. And what's my 5th one? Cash, cut, clout, charisma. The Fantastic Four. Yeah, those 4 things. So those 4 things, guys. Those 4 things. Stylist said discipline. Discipline is correlated with making money. Most people who are broke aren't disciplined. It goes hand to hand. Making money shows that you're disciplined, because this is what most people don't understand about making money. Making money is the result of doing one thing long enough till you get good at it until it starts generating money. This is why most people don't make money. It's because they don't do one thing long enough. Honestly, right now, everybody watching, are you willing to do something every day for 5 years straight, regardless if you're making money or not? Most people aren't. That's why most people don't make money. Because most of you will quit on month 3. You be like, oh, this drop shipping thing ain't working. I've been working it. I'm 6 months in. I'm losing money. This, that, No. It doesn't work that way. Most shit don't work in the beginning. Duh. So to answer your question, stylist, discipline is directly correlated with making money. People who want to make money, they ain't disciplined because they can't stick with one thing long enough. They go from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, thinking that, oh, okay, well, me switching to something else is going to give me a better opportunity to make money. No, what you don't understand is you're still there, stupid. The common denominator is you. Live life happy, change. She said sense of humor. Sense of humor is one of those rare things that if you got a sense of humor, that's very, very attractive to women. This is why a lot of comedians get women. So back to my point. I dropped the urge of womanizing because I know I can get women just based off of the fact that I have all the things that women look for. And I can get them. They'll be attractive. They're like, oh, he's really attractive. He's in shape. He looks like he has a great career. He's charismatic. Okay, I'm attracted to him. I used to abuse that. I used to be like, oh, yeah, of course I can get her. It's too easy. And I would abuse that because of lust. I don't do that shit no more, bro. I turn down and ignore women all day long, bro. Why? Is because, guys, remember, this is late night special. We're gonna be honest tonight. If I look at a girl and be like, oh, I'll just fuck her, I won't even talk to her. I'll just let it go. Because I know I ain't gonna go nowhere. All I'm gonna know is I'm just gonna fuck her, and I don't want no one this woman. She looks great. Ooh, she's sexy. Da, 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 da. I'm just gonna take her around and hit it because I know I can. And guys, what I want you to understand is when you get to a certain point, you can look, it's kind of like a coach standing on the side of the court, and you know how the whole thing is gonna play out. Bro, I know how it's gonna play out when I deal with certain women. How do I know? Bro, most dudes ain't pulling up to a date in a 3-piece suit in a $250,000 supercar, who's charismatic, who smells good, who's handsome, is going to take a woman all around town and give her an experience that most dudes have never done before her on a date. It's a wrap. It's manipulation, bro. And I stopped doing that shit. Because it's really manipulation, bro. And this is what a lot of guys, this is what a lot of guys don't understand is when you get to a certain level, when you start rising through the ranks of your life and this and that, you can start manipulating people. It's called the 48 laws of power, bro. So I just don't do that shit no more, man. Most people may think about, oh, Alex, you got a whole bunch of women. Bro, I'm the opposite, bro. So to answer old boy's question, what are some things that I dropped? I dropped drinking and I dropped womanizing. Is because I have really no reason to drink. And 2, if I really don't want to be serious with a woman, I just won't mess with them. Because I don't even want the headache. What about you, bro?
Before I do it, everybody that's in the chat, if y'all can drop where y'all from, the city where y'all from, that'd be great so we can shout you out.
Where everybody from?
Tennessee's that I dropped. I would say 2 things. The biggest thing for me, well, one of them was smoking was a bad thing for me. Not necessarily weed or anything, but it was Black and Miles. It was bad. So by the time, this was 7, 8 years ago, but I was building my business, my sales and marketing business. I had office in Mobile and an office in Montgomery, Alabama. And I was just stressed out, man, getting cars repossessed.
Hold on, before you stop, bro. Fucking, we got the whole world in the building. Hustle FRR, Lancaster, PA. What's up, bro? Stylist Ray, New Jersey. Ooh, she a New Jersey chick. I heard about y'all New Jersey chicks. Where you from? Newark? Oh my God. Heard about y'all Newark chicks. H-Town. What's up, bro? I was just in Houston. Hoover, Alabama. Holy shit. Adam, Hoover, Alabama.
I know.
Hoover, Alabama has a special place in our heart.
Hoover is, I can't remember what cities or what highway was right by Hoover, though.
I forgot what highway it was, but we remember we worked that fucking Hoover store.
All the time.
All the time, bro.
Pale City. Irondale.
My favorite city in Alabama, me personally, was Fairfield. The Hood, Avenue I.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Eagle Pass, Texas. What's up, bro? What's up, West Fade, Eagle Pass, Texas? Lagos, Nigeria. We got Nigeria in the building. Guys, we're worldwide, Adam. We got somebody from
Nigeria.
Africa in the building.
Nice. Cali.
We're famous. Los Angeles in the building. No, Somerset, New Jersey. I heard about y'all ATM in. Okay, so you're good, style. You're good, Ray. You're from Somerset. You're good. If you were from Newark or Elizabeth or Patterson, hell nah. I gotta block you. Block all women from Patterson or Newark or Camden. Anyway, so Adam said that you had to drop smoking. So you dropped smoking altogether.
Yeah, smoke. So it started from me doing Black and Miles. I
Bro,
was just so
Black and
stressed
Miles,
out.
bro?
Bro, I'm being honest.
Bro, I used to smoke Black and Miles 20 years ago, bro. That's some old nigga shit.
This was like 7-8 years ago, bro.
Black and Miles, Jesus
Black
Christ,
and Miles
bro.
is one of the hardest things because a Black and Mile is like 5 cigarettes. But I was stressed out. I was really stressed out. I was losing my business. I had my family in another state. I wasn't making any money. It was just bad. I felt like a failure. And so I was using that as a coping mechanism. I was just soft. So I was using that. And then it switched over to vaping, and then now I'm good. But I would say the biggest tendency that I
used
had,
to vape too, bro. I used to vape too. Bro, I never forget the day that I stopped vaping. This was summer 2022. I don't know how I got into it. I was doing it on and off. I started doing it back in 2013 because I was hanging around a guy who was vaping. Guys, this is why your environment and your friends is so important. And I don't know, I just started back up doing it. And I remember one day I was looking at the vape in my hand. I was like, why am I doing this stupid shit? Like, why? Why am I smoking this? Bro, I threw that shit in the trash can, bro, and I never thought about it doing it ever again. See, here's the thing about me. With certain habits and things, I can do hard stops. Like just hard stops. Like right now, for most of you, it's probably difficult for you to stop drinking. Bro, I made a decision to stop drinking. I ain't picked it up since. I have a marble bar in my house.
But bro, you gotta understand, people are at stages though. Not everybody is built like that. Like people have to learn to have that, right? And that's why people are where they are. Mm-hmm. But everybody can't just stop right away, because if everybody could stop right away, we would have nobody that was smoking. Vaping does look silly.
It looks so goddamn. It's so stupid.
It looks terrible. It looks terrible.
Guys, I'm gonna say another thing that I think looks stupid, guys. This is a late night special.
But wait, let me get to my last thing.
Right.
Because I need to say this. This
Okay,
is
cool.
important for me.
Go ahead.
The second thing for me, the tendency that I had, and I know Alex gets on me all the time about talking about this, but my mindset was so trash. Like I was literally afraid to be successful and afraid to win. I was really afraid of success because I knew where I could be.
Right.
But I was just thinking, man, what happens if this does happen and I do make this amount of money and then I got to go speak in front of 1,000 people, or people want something from me and I got to be able to teach them. I don't feel like I know enough material. And the reality of it is, I notice a lot of people are afraid of success too. They want to be successful, but they're afraid of it.
Yeah, most people
deep down, they're really afraid.
Most people deep down have limiting beliefs and lies that they've sold themselves on why they can't become successful. Because this is what most of you understand. Most of you think that in order to become really successful, you got to work hard. Yeah, you got to work hard. But that's not all of it though, because I believe that everybody here that has a job, you have the ability to become a multimillionaire. Every single one of you. It's because if you can stay focused and work 8 hours a day, how do you think that's any different than any multimillionaire who goes to the office and works 8 hours a day? There ain't no different. There ain't no difference.
It's true. It's very true.
It's because you guys have it all messed up. You think that you got to be some gun-ho entrepreneur working 20 hours a day and you ain't getting no sleep and you working 7 days a week. No, you don't have to do that. Success is based on results, and results is based on the productivity that you put out. So if you can get great results working an 8 hour a day, you'll get the results based off of that 8 hour a day. It's just the fact that the dude who works 20 hours a day is going to get more results than the guy who's working 8 hours a day. Why? It's because he's just doing that thing longer. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that's still not true, because the guy who's working 20 hours a day can be working 20 hours a day doing not a goddamn thing, versus the guy who's working 8 hours a day who's straight focused on his work. Correct. I learned this guy's wholesaling houses. how did I learn this? I was like, when I was focused for a short amount of periods of time, calling sellers and doing my follow-up calls, when I really looked at it and broke it down, I was like, bro, I'm really only working 2 to 3 hours a day with focused work. I thought I was working all day. But no, I was scrolling Instagram sometime. I would go out to eat and I would take a nap and I was doing this and that. And I was saying to myself, okay, I work from 9 to 9. Yeah, in my brain, I work from 9 to 9, but I really only had 2 to 3 hours of focused work. And that 2 to 3 hours, 2 to 4 hours of focused work done daily, compounded, eventually got me the results. So it's focused work. It's not hard work. So what you just said was the limiting beliefs. Yeah, limiting beliefs and lies people tell themselves on why they aren't successful. It's because what y'all think it takes to become successful and make a lot of money ain't what you think it is. Trust me, bro. And what I mean by it ain't what you think it is, bro, I was so pissed off. Bro, I was so pissed off at myself. I said, I cannot believe I wasted all that time. And what I mean by this is late 2020. When I started like making money in my business, I was so pissed off at myself. I said, man, I could have been doing this all year and I'm fucking struggling. And I'm almost to the point of getting evicted, and I got all this stress, and I'm going through all this bullshit. When looking hindsight, I was like, I could have avoided all that. And it's the same for everybody watching this. If you're a person that's going to get to the point where you can eventually break through and you can start having some type of success in your life, you're going to look back and be like, man, what the fuck was I doing? This is why I talk about how everybody has the ability to win, is because it's a bunch of lies you're telling yourself. It's all lies. It's all lies, bro. So when what you just said, which is, oh, I can't do this because I don't really want to be successful because I don't want all this burden that this will happen, this and this happen, was all lies. It was all an illusion you created in your mind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then the last thing, because you talk about this too, but the last thing, and I'm just being real, most people won't even admit this, but it was my ego, bro. My ego was so big, it was to the point where...
Hold on one second. Shanti, I just want to give a big shout out to my guy Shanti. He just joined the chat. I did a podcast, y'all, with Shanti. It's called Mic Check Podcast. Go to YouTube, subscribe to Shanti's YouTube channel, the Mic Check Podcast. I did a great podcast with him. Shout out to Shanti and Simba down there in Miami, Florida, man. Shout out to you, bro. And yeah, man, my boy Adam, man, he has the Sony what?
FX3.
He has a Sony FX3, man. This is what they use on Netflix movies. So yeah, shout out to him. But anyway, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, and just quickly, it was my ego, bro. Like, somebody could literally be telling me, if somebody made $500,000, they'll tell me exactly how they did it. Steps 1 through 5. I would get to step 3 and be like, nah, I think we need to go this way instead. It was my ego of being able to listen to other people teaching me stuff.
Not to cut you off, but guys, I'm so serious right now. I can talk about ego for the next hour.
It's the truth.
This is how deep the rabbit holes go when it comes to ego. I can talk about it for the next hour. Why can I talk about ego for the next hours? Because ego makes up so many things with adults on why they're not successful. And the reason I say that is ego is just not one thing. It's a series of things.
Yeah.
I even have an ego. I even have an ego with certain things. It's just that I have a lot less ego than the average person. Because I'm going to be honest with you, everybody on here. If you really, really, really didn't have an ego, you would be crazy rich right now helping your friends and family. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about if you were making $10 million a year right now, how many people could you help? Could you help your family?
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, for sure.
You can help out the community. You can donate. If you're a religious person, you can give to the church. If you got kids right now, your kids are in private school. If you got a wife right now, your wife is at home. But most people would be like, well, it's too difficult and hard to make $10 million. That's ego talking.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think ego is something like that?
Well, because that example I just gave, when I say everybody here watching, why aren't you making $10 million a year? Well, it's egos because they think they're just on planet Earth to take care of them.
You think it's that?
Yeah, gotcha. It's selfish. It's all about them. It's like, oh, well, I don't need to do that. I just need to make my $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a year and take care of me and my bills and my dog, and I got a girlfriend. Right. Exactly. It's all about you. A guy who's making 10, 20, $30 million a year, it's impossible for it to be all about him. He's focused on helping, worrying about other people.
Correct.
You don't have a business bringing in that amount of money if you're only worried about you, bro. It's impossible. So the ego part is well, I don't need to do that. I can just take care of my bills and take care of what I got going on. Of course. It's ego, bro. You only worry about you. You don't worry about helping nobody else. So why you make that type of money? And I discovered that. For me, it was a selfish thing at first. But then as I started going through life, I was like, man, it's a lot of shit is way bigger than Alex Inman. It's just not about me, bro. Like, it's just not about me. Why do I got to get on Instagram and post, even though I could just never post it, live my life, continue building my business, having a great life? It's because, bro, it ain't about you, bro. But people judge you on Instagram. People talk crazy about you. People going to say you're a scammer. People going to say you this, that. It ain't about you, bro. It's about the people you are going to help. It's the people who are looking for motivation. It's for the guy in that random town here somewhere in America, man, who deep down he knows he wants more out of life, but he really doesn't know how to go for it, or he doesn't really have the confidence. And then he gets on this Instagram app and he sees this dude, Alex. He's like, oh shit, if he can do it, I can do it. That's why I do it. Most people have egos, bro. Look, I'm already 5, 6, 7 minutes in talking about ego, but I can talk about this shit for the next hour. Everybody has an ego. Mm-hmm. Why ain't everybody in shape? It's because, well, I mean, I'm okay with this physique that I got right now. I don't really need to be in shape, this and that. But if you were ripped and in shape and you posted about it on Instagram, think about somebody who's struggling right now and be like, man, I want to get in shape, but I don't really have the confidence, this and that. And then they come across your page and you're like, oh, well, if Ray can do it, if she can do it, okay, maybe I need to try doing it. No, I'm looking at this. It's all about being selflessness. And if we're really going to break down ego is something that, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I'm just going to kind of go based off of what I still think holds true. Is ego is something that we all have in our mind to protect us. Hundreds of millions of years ago, if not billions of years ago, you need to have the ego to be able to protect you from danger. See, if we were living in the Stone Age, you need to have an ego to protect you from danger, from losing your life. But if we go today to the modern era, you don't really need to walk around worrying about losing your life. But the ego is still there. Well, what is the ego now trying to protect you from? It's trying to protect you from criticism. It's trying to protect you from embarrassment. It's trying to protect you from failure. It's trying to protect you from heartache. I can list another 100 things. Mm-hmm. This is why that person is not going to take that risk to build that business. Why? The ego is trying to protect them from losing their money. It's why that guy won't approach that girl that he knows he wants to talk to him, but the ego wants to protect him from getting rejected. It's all ego, bro. Everybody has an ego. The only difference between people who have a lower level of ego and a higher level of ego is where they are in life. Extremely, extremely successful people have a lower ego than the homeless guy that's on the street. The homeless guy on the street has so much of a fucking ego that he won't get up out of that cardboard box. I see it all the time. I'm dropping some real game on you right now. The guy on the side of the street who's homeless has an ego. It's because he thinks so low of himself that he's not going to get up, even though he has a heartbeat, 2 arms and 2 legs, and get up and first go clean himself off. He can go find water somewhere. He can go hop in the lake and wash himself off. He doesn't even have enough ego to go wash himself first. And then walk somewhere and start working somewhere for free until he earns enough value to start getting paid. He ain't even got enough ego to do that. But the guy who's flying a private jet, he ain't got an ego. You know why? 10, 15 years ago, he started a business with nothing. And you know what's hard? He kept pushing, he kept pushing, he kept pushing, and kept pushing. Yeah, it can be labeled as selflessness, but his selflessness, yeah, it can be labeled as selfish, but his selfish eventually went from being selfish to helping people. Taking y'all down a rabbit hole right now.
So also with that though,
I don't know if y'all ready for this type of conversation. I know y'all want to hear the ratchet shit,
no,
the controversial shit. But for most of y'all who want to change your life, what I'm breaking down right now will change your life.
Also with that though, a lot of people with the ego thing, a lot of people, even for me, speak for honestly for me again, a lot of people want to be the person that can say they discovered or invented something or a way to do something. So instead of listening to somebody else, they want to say, oh, well, I do it this way. This is my way. In all reality, people that are successful, they learn from somebody else. And I had to learn this from him the hard way. I see
this a lot. Most people want to be the big dog.
Yep.
Most people want to be the big guy in charge.
Yep.
So it's hard for them to follow somebody. It's hard for them to submit themselves and be an apprentice to follow somebody versus no, I want to be the big dog. I want to be the one in charge. I don't, bro, it's very, very hard for men to follow other men. It's an ego thing. It's like, man, I don't need no other man telling me what to do on how to be successful and this and that. Imagine a 39-year-old man who's been a man his whole life now knowing that he needs a coach to help him in this and that and da-da-da. It's all ego. It's why most people don't do coaching. It's ego. It's like, oh, I don't need help. Or I already got this taken care of. Or I got this, I got that, da-da-da-da-da. Guys, you want to know how I got over it? You want to know how I got my ego in check or why I don't have such a high ego than most people? Was because I was forced to not have one. Most of you have one because you weren't forced to. I was forced to not have an ego. You know how I was forced to not have an ego? Adam, do you know?
No money. Let me guess.
Being broke and having no money can help remove your ego because now you have to ask for help. What do I mean? When I was 20, when I got out of college and because I couldn't find work, I was in a position to where I was desperate to find work. And I was extremely grateful for the company that hired me, which was a commission sales job. And I had to pitch customers every day, 6 days a week. And I had to get rejected all day trying to sell cable packages.
Bro, we was out there all day.
We was out there all day, bro.
Oh, man. All day.
If you want to know the psyche of Alex Inman and why he is who he is and why I am the way I am, it goes way further than what you just see. first thing I had to do was I had to get rid of my ego. You know how I got rid of my ego? Rejection. Getting rejected all day.
It's tough.
So I had a sales career for 7.5 years. For 7 years, I had to face embarrassment every day with strangers telling me no. And you're probably thinking, well, why did you do that? Bro, I had no choice. I couldn't get hired anywhere else. This was summer 2012. I was fresh out of college. I'm not going back to mom and dad's house. I'm a grown man. I got to fend for myself. And the only company that was hiring me was this sales career. So it's either go back home to mom's house or figure out how to make this sales shit work. I figured out how to make the sales shit work. And because I wanted to figure out how to make it work, I had to submit to my teachers and trainers. Because if I didn't listen to my teachers and trainers, I wasn't going to make any money. And if I wasn't going to make any money, I'm going back to mom's house. And I ain't going back to mom's house. So guys, 12 years ago, I learned how to lower my ego and listen to another man. This is why it's easy for me today to listen to another man. It's easy. It's easy for me to get a coach. I talk about it all the time. What most people don't know is it's so easy for me to get a coach is because for years I had to listen to people above me to depend on my success, because it was dependent on my success if I didn't listen to these people who knew how to do this thing I was trying to learn how to do. Most people, you're at a job right now and you don't have to try to learn how to make the job work. It's not life or death. It's, I get paid this if you do this. Okay, cool. I'll just do this and I get paid this. Here's the thing. You don't even have to do this 100%. You don't have to do that 100%. You just need to do enough for it to work. Guys, in sales, it's 100% or it's nothing. Or you don't get the sale. Nobody's paying you money if you don't do it 100%. This is why salespeople have some of the best mindsets. Guys, I can talk about ego forever, man. But the reality is most people have ego. Guys, if you're just jumping in right now, I want to say what's up. First off, put in the chat where you're from. I think I shouted out most people so far where you're from. If you're just showing up, tell me where you're from. What are we doing? Guys, I'm doing, this is a special event because I never go live. So, and it's late night. So I'm calling it late night special. This is why we're doing this live. We were in the lab chopping it up with my boy Adam, who was like, man, let's just hop on Instagram and go live and talk to the people. We didn't have a topic when we came in. So we was like, we're just going to ask the people in the comments to give us topics on what we want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. So we're going to scroll back up and we're going to hit the topics that people.
Let's go through them quick because we're going to get more.
So if you just came in, put in the chat right now a topic that you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Bro, the time is moving. I told you shit was going to go by fast, bro.
So we're going to go through the questions. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to go through the questions. I'll read the question to you, and I'll give you 2 minutes, and then we're going to go to the next one.
Perfect. 2 minutes. That's all I need because, bro, I'll talk for 2 hours, bro.
All right. So the next question we have from, I think is Treverne Woodruff, the importance of masculinity.
The importance of masculinity. Masculinity is very important is because we're living in a day and age right now to where society is trying to soften men. Society is trying to soften men from working out hard, hanging out with other men, building a coalition, building a wolf pack, being the protector, being the leader of the household. Everything right now in society is going against that. But you got to do the opposite. You got to do what a man does, which is lead. So you got to lead in every aspect. How do you be a man out here in this society and lead in every aspect? Fantastic Four. Always talk about it. Well, what's the 4 things you need to do? You need to get your cash right. You need to go out here and make some money, bro. If you're a dude who can't provide for yourself and your family, you're going to have a hard time. I'm sorry, making money is in direct correlation with the respect from your woman. It's just the world we live in, bro.
15 seconds.
Cut. You need to get in shape. You need to be a guy who has a good physical presence. Clout. You need to be a guy who's looked up to by other men. So you need to be some type of leader of a wolf pack. You need to be able to lead. And charisma. You got to actually be a good speaker. You actually got to be able to talk and express yourself well. So the answer is that.
Next question, Stylist.Ray. How did you get started in wholesaling?
I got started in wholesaling because I was just looking for an opportunity. That's how most things start. But I was just looking for more. I just wanted more. It wasn't that I was looking for actual wholesaling. It was that this was in 2019. In 2019, I was running an Airbnb arbitrage business, but I felt myself having more free time in the day. And I said to myself, I don't need free time. I'm a grown man who has all the energy in the world to create. And here it is. I want to create this life for myself. Why do I have free time? I think free time is the silliest thing that any man should have if you are a man who's not where he wants to be yet. If you're a man who's not where he wants to be yet and you got free time, you ain't serious about getting to where you want to be, bro. It's because there's enough time in a day for you to fill up every single hour. Well, Alex, no, it isn't. Well, yes, it is. If you get up, you can start reading. You can start looking at businesses online. And then you can go to the gym. And if you got a full-time job, okay, boom, go to your job. And when you get off work, and you can go home online and you can start looking up businesses start on the side.
15.
And you can do that until you go to sleep. But what about the weekends? On the weekends, what are you doing on the side? You can get a second job on the side. Bro, there's no such thing as free time. So, to answer your question, Ray, I was trying to fill up the free time that I had. I didn't deserve free time. Most dudes don't deserve free time.
How important is personal image? How important is your personal image?
Personal image is everything because people going to judge you based off your personal image. They do experiences called they do these experiments. One of the experiments that they do is called undercover billionaire. To where they take a billionaire, they'll put him on the line in the cook shop, and people think he's a cook in training. But he owns the company. You get addressed based on how you're dressed. This is why I tell dudes, this is why a lot of dudes, you're not going to succeed just based off of how you look. They don't even get it. They don't even understand that just based off how you look, you won't succeed. Because they think that unless you're some rapper, some artist, some athlete, most dudes, you're going to fail based on how you look. So you need to look presentable at all the time. Guys, you want to know one of the reasons why I wear a lot of suits? You look at my Instagram and I'm always in a suit. Almost 20 years ago, I told myself, I said, man, I don't want to be judged for being black because I know I'm going to be a business guy. I just don't want to be judged for being black.
Ooh, that's a big
one. This is when I turned 21. This was almost 20 years ago. I said, bro, I do not want to be judged for being black. So you know what? I'm just going to be in a suit 99% of the time. This is what I said to myself 20 years ago. And I haven't stopped.
That's really what you said.
I dead ass serious.
Was there something that happened that made you something that happened in the world or in general?
I don't think there's anything happened. It's just that I assume that if I didn't look professional, I won't get the opportunity. This is why I'm always in suits.
That's a good answer though. Okay. Stylist Ray said, I went vegan this year, stopped drinking for 8 months, no wine. Oh, now wine once in a blue moon, pretty much.
Ray, wine's even worse. Wine, listen, bro. Hey fellas, hey fellas, you want a cheat code? You ain't even got to drink with women. Just give them a bottle of wine. You got them.
West Fades.
I've had some of the greatest nights drinking wine with women. Jesus Christ.
West Fades says going on 3 months without drinking alcohol.
Congratulations,
good.
Bro.
Yeah, that's really good. Congratulations on that.
Listen, man, wine is so sexy. You want to have a good night? Listen, go get with your girl and just get a nice bottle of wine.
You can't tell them to do
Jesus. Yes, the fuck I can. Listen.
What you put
especially out. If you got a sexy chick, listen, man. You can go out in the night and this and that. Listen. Make sure you in shape. I'm talking from my perspective. I walk around with my shirt off. It's just a nice, sexy night. I'm gonna give everybody a cheat code. Remove all TVs out of your house. I don't have a TV in my house. I don't have a TV in my house. You know why I don't have a TV? You know why you shouldn't have a TV in your house? This is if you got a girlfriend or a lady or a chick or whatever, or you're a guy out here dating. You know why you shouldn't have a TV in your house? Is because it's going to force you to learn how to conversate. A TV is a coping mechanism that you're trying to distract, and you want to put her attention on the TVs because you're boring. It's next level shit, man. Next level shit. Get the TVs out your house, fellas. Talk to that woman. This is where charisma comes in. Most dudes, they just ain't charismatic.
Guys, if you got more questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. That way I'll go ahead and read them off to Alex. I want you to talk about, Alex, the importance of being able to say no to people.
Yeah, just say no, shit.
Some people are people pleasers.
Yeah, well, most people are people pleasers just because they don't have big enough goals for themselves. Simple as that.
Why you say that?
If a person have big enough goals for themselves, they'll be focused on them and what they doing. It's a self-worth thing. Like me, in my journey, I wasn't worried about pleasing people. I was worried about building a business because I wanted to live a life. So I was like, fuck all y'all. I'm out. So for years on end, I didn't really speak to my family, friends. I didn't see none of my frat brothers. I didn't see a lot of people. I made a story about this yesterday. My entrepreneur journey was extremely lonely. It wasn't lonely to the fact like I didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that. I didn't have a lot of people who were trying to be extremely successful like me. Somebody asked how to be more disciplined. Well, it's all based on how bad you want something, bro. If you really, 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 really want something, you would do it, bro. There's really no cheat code for being more disciplined. You just don't want it bad enough, bro. That's really what it comes down to. People be like, well, how do I be more disciplined? Well, you don't need to be more disciplined. You just don't want it bad enough. Like, for instance, I really wanted to get in shape. I really wanted to get ripped. I didn't need discipline. Like, I wanted to be ripped. So my goal of being in shape overshadowed all the shit I had to do. So it wasn't an issue for me getting up, going to the gym. It wasn't an issue for me eating the right foods. I wanted to be in shape. So the discipline, I didn't need discipline. I wanted this.
You don't think you were disciplined to do that?
Bro, discipline comes from your desire of wanting something. If you want something bad enough, you would do that shit. People talking about, I need discipline. You don't need no goddamn discipline. You just don't want it. Why don't most people have money? Because they don't want it bad enough. I respect a fucking drug dealer or bank robbers more than the average person. It's because they want it so bad that they will rob your ass. Or they'll do something illegal.
Oh my God.
No, we're being dead honest right here.
Right, I know.
They want it so bad that they'll break the law. So for everybody watching, criminals are more disciplined than you because they're willing to break the law to get something. So you just don't want it bad enough. For the guy who asked that, how to be more disciplined, bro. If your ass, if you were about to get evicted in 30 days, and you had to get the money, you would find a fucking way to get the money, bro. You don't need discipline. Any advice for women? Yeah, I would give advice to the women, but I don't know if you would listen, though. But I'll give you advice, though. Should I give the advice to the women?
So let me say something to the discipline thing. Because I agree with you, but I don't at the same time. So I always like to disagree with Alex anyway.
Bro, there's some good fucking questions in here, man. There's some great questions in here. Y'all are asking some really, really good questions. Somebody asked, how do you ask a woman to be your girlfriend? Bro, I'm about to give you the fucking sauce, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go back to
the game. Go ahead and answer
how
the
to
question.
be more disciplined, J. Michael. So the first thing with that, I would say definitely is you can't maneuver off your feelings. Like most people get in their feelings when it's time for them to make a decision, whether they need to get up and work out, start a business, go to that job. They're like, I don't feel like doing X, Y, Z. All of us don't feel like doing anything almost all the time, right? But the people that are disciplined, they do it regardless. I would say a big thing with being more disciplined is creating micro habits. Like a lot of people think you have to have all these habits in place or these really big habits, but it's really the micro habits right before you get to the big habit that determines if you're going to be disciplined or not. So for example, if I worked out in my house, which I started doing years ago, and I had dumbbells, I would put my dumbbells right at the edge of my stairs. So when I walked down my stairs from my house, the dumbbells were there. So it was already in my mind and my vision, like, dang, I got to pick up these dumbbells. If I don't pick them up, I'm not going to be working out. So I kept putting things in place that allowed me to get one step closer to hitting my goal, which was making me more disciplined. But if you go off your feelings, you're never going to be disciplined. What was the next question, Alex?
I think one of the ladies asked advice for women. So we'll both give advice to women. I mean, do you want to go first? I mean, I can give my
advice for women on what?
Ayesha, I think her name is Ayesha. Anasha, I don't want to mess up your name. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm gonna call her A because I know it's AY.
Real name?
Yeah, her real name.
Okay.
I know some of the people that's in the chat today. Like I've spoken to a good amount of people. My boy Spencer Walker, I know him. Ray, we just met. She's cool.
Yeah.
There's a couple people in here that I've met already. But re-ask your question, advice for women, because I can give you generic advice or I can give you specific advice for women. Somebody ask. So do you think some people are more naturally disciplined than others? Yeah, absolutely. Some people are military based and they're extremely disciplined. Some people grew up in a strict household, they're disciplined. It can be a lot of things on what makes a person disciplined. Somebody asked, how do you ask a woman to be your girlfriend? You don't. You don't. Well, Alex, what do you mean you don't ask a woman to be your girlfriend? The live ended? Oh, shit.
It said continue. It said continue.
Oh, it continued?
That's what it said, continue. I think it was over an hour.
It cut off. Yeah, it's over an hour. Damn. We cooking. You gotta.
How do I go back to it?
Yeah, go back to it. It said live ended.
Yeah.
So let's just do it for 15 minutes. Jump back in, late night special.
Download your video. Cancel. How do you keep it? We still on YouTube. If you want to talk, YouTube's right there. We got
people on
6
YouTube?
people.
Yeah, they got to ask questions.
Like 6 people on there now.
So jump back on IG. And cancel it. You ain't got to post it on my page.
Yo, if you're on YouTube Shorts right now, we got a couple people in there. We had several people live on Instagram. If you got a question, go ahead and post it in a comment. Alex is a very successful guy. Y'all should have seen him several times on a lot of my videos. Has a lot of good advice. If you want to get advice from him, go ahead and ask that question. Live video. Let's see. Public. Next. Okay. I don't know how we go live again.
Then you have to set that whole thing up.